Wow, I can't believe you actually clicked on this video. If you've opened it, congratulations. The moment you clicked, you've already outdone 95% of people. Right now, most people are still sighing about how fast time flies, but you've already started to change your life. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Thank Cure. Today we're going to talk about the topic, how to create a brand new you in 2025. Have you ever stood at a crossroads in life feeling lost and confused, watching the calendar pages flip by, only to find that you seem to be standing still? Don't worry, you're not alone. We've all been through moments like this, feeling lost, anxious, and even doubting ourselves. Maybe you were full of ambition and set countless goals, but they ended up going nowhere. Maybe you envy others' success but can't seem to find your own direction. Maybe you long for change, but are always held back by fear and laziness. But remember, you are not useless. You have unlimited potential. Everyone has the power to change sometimes. We just need a little guidance and a little encouragement. Today, I am going to share several tips that can transform your life within 4 weeks. By using these tips, you can make a change in your life in 2025. First, I want to share a secret with you. A secret that can help you take back control of your life. And this secret is to believe in yourself. Yeah, it's just such a simple sentence. But you need to truly understand these 2 words. When you believe you have the ability to change, you'll burst out with unlimited energy. When it comes to change, the hardest part isn't actually taking action, but believing that you can really have everything you want. You have to believe that you can have what you desire. This is really crucial. It's the source of motivation for all actions. You must build a strong self-belief. This might sound confusing, and I totally get that feeling. I remember when I first wanted to make a change, I was really conflicted inside. On one hand, I really wanted to break through. On the other hand, I felt like I didn't have enough ability, no background, no resources, and even my education wasn't good enough. How could I have that kind of life that seemed so far away? At that time, whenever I saw other people's success stories, I would always think, did they succeed because they had some amazing background? Or were they smarter than me? But later I found out that these thoughts were exactly the biggest obstacles preventing us from changing. I remember once I met a young man who had achieved success in starting a business. He didn't have a degree and couldn't even speak English well. But through opening a car repair shop, he became a millionaire in just 3 years. When I asked him how he did it, he said something that I'll never forget. If you don't believe you can have it, you really can't. This made me understand a truth. If deep down in your heart you don't believe you can have something, you really won't have it. So the first step to building a strong belief is to break the thought of, I can't. Every time the thought of I don't deserve it pops up in your mind, replace it with I can and I believe. This isn't just empty positive talk, it's an actual exercise in changing your mindset. You need to know that all changes start with believing that it's possible. Just like I am standing here sharing with you now, it's also because I believe that, through my experiences and insights, I can definitely help some people who are as lost as I used to be. Remember, you don't need to be full of confidence in yourself from the start. You just need to give yourself a chance and allow yourself to try. Because only when you take action can you discover that you are actually much stronger than you thought. Next, what I want to share with you is vision planning. When it comes to planning, you're probably like me and have heard the advice of setting goals for yourself. But to be honest, at first I really hated setting goals, because every time I set goals, I give up after just a few days, and it made me even more frustrated. What I actually mean is to imagine what an ideal life looks like, and then work backward to figure out what needs to be done to achieve that. I knew I couldn't keep living like this, but I didn't know where to go. People around me were always saying, work hard and keep at it, but no one told me exactly what to do. It wasn't until later that I realized what we lack isn't goals, but a vivid imagination of our future life. I remember once I attended a career planning workshop. The instructor asked us to close our eyes and vividly imagine a day, 5 years from now. Every detail, from the moment we opened our eyes to when we went to bed at night. That was the first time I really thought about the life I wanted. I realized that I wanted a job that could help others, to go for a morning run every day, to have time to spend with my family, and to be financially free enough not to worry about rent. When these pictures became clear, I suddenly understood that my previous goals had been too empty. So, I'm going to tell you 3 steps to complete this. Step 1. In-depth self-exploration. Find a quiet, comfortable space where you can relax and think. Calm down and look back on your life experiences. Think about those moments when you were full of passion and a huge sense of achievement. What was it that ignited your enthusiasm? Was it helping others solve difficult problems, creating unique works, or achieving breakthrough results in a certain field? Then really think about what kind of life you want, not what others have instilled in you. Maybe someone else's life looks luxurious, but perhaps it's not what you truly want. You need to seriously consider what kind of life really attracts you and makes you feel peaceful and content inside, instead of becoming what others expect you to be. Step 2. Visualize your vision. Now that you've identified the general outline of the life you want, the next step is to visualize it. For example, do you want to be woken up by an alarm clock every morning, or by the natural sunlight? Is your job a 9-to-5 one, or can you arrange your time freely? What you want isn't just more income. More importantly, it's the feeling that life brings you. For instance, if you like a car, picture what it looks like, what color it is, and what the interior looks like, or any other scenes you can imagine. Just visualize them in your mind. Step 3. Pretend you already are. This is my favorite method. Pretend you already are. It means pretending that you are already the ideal version of yourself. For example, if I want to be a writer, I'll imagine what I would do if I were already a writer. Maybe I'd set aside a fixed time every day to write, read a lot of books to enrich myself, and have a quiet study. By working backward like this, I'll know what to do now. Remember, what you are planning isn't just a goal, but a way of life. When you can clearly see that picture and feel that state, you'll naturally start to take action, because you are no longer forced to do something, but actively creating the life you want. You'll find that those obstacles that once seemed insurmountable can actually be overcome. After knowing where you are headed, the next and most crucial part is the execution phase. To be honest, I've stumbled a lot in this area. I still remember when I made my first plan, I filled an entire A4-page. Running, reading, learning, guitar, writing articles every day. You can imagine what happened. I only lasted 3 days before everything fell apart. Later, I realized that it wasn't that I lacked willpower, but that my plan was too idealistic. It's like moving house. You can't move all your stuff at once. You have to do it, box by box. The same goes for life changes. You need to break big goals into smaller tasks. My method now is really simple. I focus on only 3 most important things every day. For example, if I want to improve my writing skills, the goal for the first week is as simple as writing 50 words every day. It seems like very little, right? But it's these tiny as possible goals that allow me to stick with it easily. After this habit is formed, I gradually increase the difficulty. Remember, don't be too rigid when implementing your plan. Life is full of surprises. The key is to be flexible, just like me. If I am really tired one day, I'll allow myself to relax a bit, but I'll definitely start again the next day. This isn't giving up. It's learning to get along with yourself. Finally, what I want to share is the step that's most easily overlooked, but actually extremely important: recording and reflecting. At first, I really hated recording. I thought it was a hassle. It wasn't until one day when I came across the diary I wrote 3 months ago that I realized how much I had improved. That feeling was truly amazing. It's like when you take care of a plant every day, it seems to stay the same. But if you take pictures and compare them after a while, you can clearly see its growth. Our progress is the same way. It often happens subtly. The recording doesn't need to be long or formal. The important thing is to be honest, even if you only write 1 sentence. As long as it's your true feeling, it's valuable. My advice is to set a reminder for yourself, like at 9 p.m. every night, and spend 5 minutes on recording. Slowly, you'll notice the changes this habit brings. You'll become more observant and more likely to notice the beautiful moments in life. You'll become more rational and be able to analyze problems calmly when they occur. Most importantly, you'll see your growth path and build up the confidence to keep moving forward because, trust me, when you get into the habit of recording, your whole life will change, just like me now. Every time I look back at those records, I am proud of the person I was who chose to change. I believe you'll be the same. One day in the future, you'll definitely be grateful to yourself for taking action now. Let me share a little story. In the early days, when I decided to make a change, I heard voices of doubt every day. Some came from the outside world, but more came from within myself. However, I found that when I focused on what I could do at the moment, instead of worrying about what might happen in the future, the change happened naturally. It's like walking in the dark. You don't need to see the whole path at once. You just need to see where the next step is. When I started researching those who had truly changed their fates, I tried countless methods and experienced a lot of failures before finally finding a set of truly effective ways. Today, I really want to share these methods with you who are watching this video, because I know that you who clicked on this video at this moment must be just like me back then, eager to change but not knowing where to start. And now I can tell you with confidence, change isn't really that difficult. The important thing is that you have the right methods. In the following content, I'll share with you, without reservation, the experience I've gained over the years. These methods aren't theories copied from books, but practical experiences that I've gone through and verified repeatedly. In the future content, I'll share with you, without reservation, the experience I've gained over the years. These methods aren't theories copied from books, but practical experiences that I've gone through and verified repeatedly. If you think today's content is helpful to you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our wonderful future content.